Hey everybody, this is Kate Lanagan MacGregor. Thank you so much for joining Module 10 of our Authentic Branding Just UBU. Today we are getting ready to start our systems, and as I say, let's start our engines and let's get going. Today we're going to be talking about your systemization, and we're going to be starting that, introducing it, and also talking about how to implement that all for your online presence or your reputation. Actually, it will be for all of your branding and all of your marketing. However, we're going to start with the reputation stuff, okay? And we're going to create steps to centralize your message. Fist bumps go out to you all that have been participating. I am blown away by the information that you're sharing, the amount of energy that you are sinking into it as far as really thinking about the information that we uncovered about you last week, your authentic you, and how to weave that into your message, and also really critically thinking about this. I have just been so impressed, and I'm so excited about where we're going on this. And for those of you who have kind of fallen by the wayside a little, either because you've been busy or because we might not have captured your attention, to keep it, I just want to say, in the long run, if you can hang in there, I think that you will find some information that will be really valuable for you. Some of this introductory stuff might be really basic for some of you that have a little bit of a knowledge on this already. Again, I just have to say, if we keep it up, I think we'll be okay. Tons of great material in the mailbag the last couple days. And I'm going to ask you if you would mind if I use some of the stuff that you say in my examples. I hope so, because I'm using a couple in the next slide, or the next couple slides. So I want to just touch on some of the things that I heard. One was, I am already established. Why do I need to brand? And the reason for that is because I'm thinking, as I analyzed some of the reputation stuff, that your brand may not be saying exactly what it is that you want it to. Okay, so, and I'm going to use myself for an example here. I am involved in real estate, and I love real estate. However, I'm trying to grow the online training business and my training business and my inspiration business. So I want to see, when I go to Google, I want to see more about the new things I'm doing and less about my real estate. And I want to be really deliberate in the message that I'm sending out there. And some of the people who have joined, I think, have a dual purpose. And I think that assuming that that people are going to understand what your new purpose is a mistake. They're not going to assume it. You need to really kind of hit them over the head with it. And the second thing is what's in a name. And this is something that I've seen across the board, especially for married people, is you're known out there as a lot of different things. You're known as your maiden name, both of your names, your last name. Some of you have my name is Catherine, and yet I go by Kate in my professional, and a lot of people have their things in a lot of different names. You really have to pick one, and you need to try to centralize it as much as possible, because I don't believe that people or Google are going to know the difference. Okay, so they're not going to know that Catherine is Kate, for example. So you really need to centralize your name. Okay, and then what can you learn from here? I think that there's plenty for everybody to learn if you hang in there. And if you don't, well, you know what? I'll be here. So come on back whenever you're ready. Okay, the numbers have been down a little bit. I just want you to know that that's okay. It's all good. We're all busy, and you know what? It is July, and it is beautiful out. So today, what we're going to do is, for those of you who completed your www.whatsmyreputation.com survey, first of all, congratulations. You did a great job on it. And so you are now going to get in your email, you actually already have it, your Just UBU comprehensive tracker shared with you. So this tracker is multiple pages. Right now we're talking about page 1, or actually it's called sheet 1, okay? And it's called, I think it's called reputation or social media. I think it's called social media. Okay, so page 1 is what we're dealing with. And this is a copy of it. All right, for those of you who have not done your whatsmyreputation.com, as soon as you fill it in, this will be sent to you, okay? All right, so some of the feedback I got is, and I'm going to read these, okay, because there's a lot of information in here, and I think that it's really important that we cover it, I think that there's a lot of information for one module. The vocabulary, Google indexing, bookmarks, business pages, etc., and the number of platforms available. It might be helpful to have a breakdown and refer back. So I just want to stop and say, yes, that's exactly what we're going to do. So we kind of had to throw it all, the spaghetti against the wall, and we want to get it out there, and then we will pick it up and we will weave it through. Also, do you need each platform? And the answer on that is no, you don't need every platform, and you cannot do every platform well. Okay, so pick where your avatar is and really work those. Okay, I don't want you to make assumptions that your avatar is only on a couple of them. So as you develop your strategy over time, you can weave other ones in. Okay, but at the beginning, you're absolutely right. That is way too much stuff, and it's on overload. And I don't want to overload you so that you do nothing. Okay, and then as you say, I think it depends on your avatar. Absolutely right. So I think using reference to prior modules could help carry the themes forward and weave through the modules. Thank you. My avatar likely wouldn't be on all platforms, but I'd like to be aware of them all. Beautiful. I'm learning a lot of new things because my mind and heart are open to each module, and I have found something very useful for my business. It can be overwhelming in terms if they are not familiar, and I totally get that. Maybe what I will do is I'll put a glossary on our Facebook page, our group page, and also on the website. The website, by the way, will be up and running by the end of our 21st day. We've been working on it, and it's just not there yet. Okay, the second feedback I got was the highlight of this module was how to create your avatar/ideal client. I found it very helpful reviewing my 3 fears, my 5 things about me, my 3 words that I use to describe me in my song. So that's awesome to hear that, because that was kind of my idea, was that we can find through all of these things, we can uncover what our true authentic self is. And when we know what our authentic self is, we'll know what it is that we want to do and how we want to do it. Okay, and I'll give you an example. There's a building for sale right next to where my real estate office or my Bold Welcome Center is. And it's for sale, and I looked at buying it, and I was kind of considering growing the business and kind of changing gears. And then as I started going through a lot of these things, I said, that's not what my heart wants to do. So even though it would be a good deal, today it's not a good deal for me. Okay? And then it says, while picking out all the buzzwords and thinking about who I enjoy working with and how I want to spend my time, it all came together, as it did for me. She or he loves promoting, loves building relationships, is a social butterfly, is enthusiastic, fun, happy, inspired, driven, and passionate. Love it. This module really helped me, and I want to make sure I am working in the right business partners. I don't want to just work with anybody. I now know the definite characteristics that I'm looking for in my business partners. And I felt this way about my real estate clients. I felt that exact same way, who I wanted to work with and who I didn't, and making sure I was deliberate in it, because again, I cannot make more time. Okay, so the purpose of the Just UBU trackers is to be a centralized hub of your marketing. And my suggestion is to go back to Module 9, populate the various platforms, and fill it in as you create them. So back to that first comment that someone made before is, no, you're not going to have all of them now. And you don't have to have them all, but if you're aware that they're out there and you have a central hub for them and you can kind of grow from there, I think that will be really useful for you. Now, passwords, remember that most of these kind of things that are out there, Google can see them, big data can see them, there's ways that people can grab them, so you probably don't want your passwords on there. However, in the notes section, you might want to put a message to yourself on how to remember that password, okay? And the other thing is, when you start doing this, I want you to really think about, am I sending a consistent message? Okay, again, a lot of this has to do with, is your name the same? Are you a realtor somewhere, in real estate somewhere? Are you, Popeye gift somewhere, thank you gift somewhere? Like making sure that you have a consistent message. And as I said earlier, can Google or a potential client figure out who you are? Okay, so back to what'smyreputation.com follow-up. So what's going to happen with this is you did the survey and you're like, okay, what's going to happen now? I'm having a team member who does not know anything about you analyze them. Okay, and what that person is analyzing them for is consistencies in your message, strengths that you have, areas of improvement that we think you might want to do. So some suggestions for improvement. And that person is going to guess your authentic brand. So why do I say guess? Because they don't know you. They have no history with you. So it's a guess, and they're going to go just by the information you provided. I did this summer with an intern. I hired an intern, and I just said to her, okay, just go research me and tell me what you think I'm about. And I'll tell you what, it was a huge eye-opener for me. Okay, so leaps of faith. All of these things that we're doing, and again, this kind of goes back to some of your messages, like, why are we doing this? It seems like it's random data, and I'm telling you, it will make sense by day 21. And I really want to thank you for your efforts on this. I think that as we go forward, again, it will start to tie itself in. All right, I meant to put my Japanese bamboo tree here. It's a bamboo tree, not a maple tree. And the story about the Japanese bamboo tree is that the Japanese bamboo tree grows its roots, right? So you see one little bud is all you can see above surface. And it grows its roots for 7 years. Okay, so all you see is a little bud for 7 years. And all of the roots are taking shape. And then once that day comes that it's ready to grow, within 3 weeks, it grows over 21 feet tall. Okay? So our business is a lot like that Japanese maple tree or bamboo tree. And we need to grow these roots. And that's where these seemingly random things that we're doing are effective, is that we're growing our roots. And your business is going to do the same thing. Like, you're not going to see right away a payback on doing this program. It's going to be as you get all of those roots in place and you formalize where you're going with it, and then you start manifesting it, that those things are going to happen. Ooh, I just looked at the time. I am kind of going over. I try to keep these 10 minutes in length. Okay, so your homework is to start your engine or your tracker. Okay, so I want you to get that tracker going and just start populating it and just become familiar with it. And if you have not completed your whatsmywebutation.com, please do. And that way we can send you the tracker and you can get going. And the second thing I want you to do is enjoy this beautiful weather, right? We need balance in our lives, and we need recreation, and we need enjoyment. And the next thing I want you to do is I'd like to see you tomorrow or on live on my Kate Lanagan MacGregor personal page. I'll be doing a Soul Sunday message, and I think you might like it. Okay, and then my PS is just you be you. And I think a lot of you know that we had our 10th year anniversary party last year of my real estate business, Bold Moves Real Estate. And this right here is like a fun picture after we did our group picture. And as you can see, that's me. I wore the dress so that you could tell that it's me. In the front there doing the split in front. Again, you got to have fun and you have to be you. Thank you so much for joining. This is Kate Lanagan MacGregor. Be bold, be awesome, be you.